Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today we're going to talk free agency, something that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers really need to be aggressive um, this offseason when the free agency period start. It's a couple of holes that I think the Steelers can fill in the free agent period. And then whatever they don't feel in free agency, they should be able to draft and kind of really fill some holes on this roster. So what we're going to be doing for the next couple of days is just doing a series of the top five players in each position in free agency. So what I'm actually going to do here is this is our schedule that we're going to have. We're going to do quarterbacks and running backs today. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll do the receivers and tight ends, and then on Saturday, we'll come back and do the tackles, guards, and centers. And like I say, I think it's actually some intriguing players that's in this free agency that I think the Steelers should definitely try to go after and just and fill this roster and fill his roster up because it's just some things that I think the Steelers need to really get together on this roster, and they're not going to be able to do everything in the draft. And I believe the one thing they have to do is be aggressive, and I'm about to show you something that's gonna make you feel that way too. And that's the quarterback situation. I mean, everybody know where the Steelers stand right now with their quarterback situation, but the free agency quarterback market is very bad, and it's really nothing to you know write home about. So I really think the Steelers need to be aggressive and try to um, get this done. All right, so here we go. These are the free agent quarterbacks, at least the top ones. It's still a few more. And when you look at this list, it's really not exciting. Sam Darnold, he had the career year, but as everybody's seen, he turned into a pumpkin in the playoffs. Not necessarily blaming it all on him, but my thing is, at this point in the year that he had, Sam Darnold is really going to be more than a bridge quarterback because he's going to cost a lot. He's going to demand a major. I'm talking about well over $100 million contract, and if you're making that type of commitment, you're bringing him in to almost say, "Hey, this guy is the answer for us, at least for the next 2, 3, 4 years." So the Steelers are definitely not in the Sam Darnold market, and I wouldn't be in the Sam Darnold market if I was them. So right now, you got Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. Um, it seems like they're going to bring Fields back. I don't really have a problem with that. Like I say, if he's the guy that you think that you can move forward with, well, that's what you do. But you have to just make sure that you give him everything that he needs to be successful. And that's the same thing with Russell Wilson. If you were to bring him back, you have to really make sure that you give him everything that he needs to be successful. I think Fields, obviously he's going to be a little cheaper than Wilson, but I don't really think Wilson is going to break the bank. But the one thing that I will say, what the Steelers have to make sure that they do, and that is if they decide that one of these guys is going, they're going to bring one of these guys back, I want them to do it because if you, like I say, you look at this list, if you mess around and lose Russell Wilson and Justin Fields decide to go somewhere else, you're going to be in big trouble. You're going to be in big trouble. I mean, from where the Steelers drafting at, they're really not going to be able to get a quarterback in the draft to say that he's the answer. And like I say, you look at this list, big trouble. So if they, the one thing I want to see is that they decide to say, hey, Fields is the guy, Russell Wilson is the guy. You can sign your own free agents before free agency. Like they could actually sign one of those guys today if they wanted to, but they need to go ahead and make that decision. Don't mess around. Be rock solid in your decision and just get it done. Don't drag your feet because, like I say, if you mess around and lose both of these guys, it's going to be some serious consequences because it's the quarterback free agency is just not very good this year. All right, let's move over to the running backs. Same thing here. Running backs, as you can see, you don't see no Pittsburgh Steelers emblem by any of these guys. So basically, what I'm saying is, I don't see the Steelers in the market for any of these guys. And again, you look at this market here, not very exciting. I mean, Aaron Jones had a decent year, getting up in age. Connor did that, done. You know, we had him, and we did that, done that. So we know the deal there. Najee Harris really doesn't fit the offense that the Steelers run. But the one thing I will say about Najee is if he happens to go out there and doesn't find the deal that that I think that he's looking for, and money's not right, me personally, I wouldn't have a problem bringing Najee back for obviously, like I say, the money has to be right, but I think the door is pretty much shut, but it's not all the way shut just in case, stuff don't work out for him and he feels like he could come back or needs to come back. I would have some money set aside for him. But as of right now, I don't think Najee will be back because I actually think he's gonna find a decent contract out there. Like, I mean, he might be Aaron Jones' replacement. I think the Raiders is definitely a spot that he can end up going. So um, I would say the percentage of Najee Harris coming back is probably 5%, and that might be high. So I really don't see Najee coming back. And like I say, if you look at the rest of that list, not very exciting. No guys that I'm excited about. Like the last two guys, Dobbins and Williams, a lot of injury history there. So I really wouldn't even trust those guys. So, right now, the running back free agency is not looking that good. So definitely, the Steelers will bring back Warren, which he's a restricted free agent. So I expect him to be back. I mean, what the Steelers have to do, they have to put a tender on him. So they probably put a second round tender on him, and that would pretty much guarantee that he's back. But if a team happened to step up and say, "Hey, we got an extra second or whatever, and we want to take a chance on him," then the Pittsburgh Steelers would get a second round pick for him. But I don't really see that happening. So I see definitely Jalen Warren coming back. The Steelers would definitely be drafting a running back fairly high in this draft coming up. And I could see even bringing in maybe another free agent guy, either a free agent, a rookie free agent, or I ain't gonna say one of these guys, but you never know. If some of these guys don't get picked up, now you talking about bringing them back, on the cheap. I could see that, but it's really gonna be something. I mean, the Steelers, like I say, they're gonna have to be aggressive. They can't drag their feet because it's not a great free agency class with the quarterbacks and the running backs, as you can see. So we'll see what the Pittsburgh Steelers do. Our next episode will be tomorrow, and we will be talking about the we'll be talking about the wide receivers and the tight ends. I really don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers in the tight end market, but I take that back. In a way, I kind of do. So until then, I will talk to you tomorrow.